Hey guys, it's Memorizer92, and today I'm gonna cover playstyle and identity of Summoner. Then let's get started. First of all, Summoner is a range DPS class. She is free positional as well. Her HP and armor is considered weak, same as Sharpshooter, Sorceress, and Arcana. Her party synergy is 12% armor break for 16 seconds. Also, her creatures give her various buffs. This lady increases summoner's attack by over 40% for 5 seconds. This aqua creature restores her mana by a lot. And this little light here increases her crit rate by 11.8% theoretically all the time. This time, let me roughly go over the two different builds regarding the class engravings. First one is, well, I don't know how it's gonna be called in English, but it's like overflowing consensus. Second one is like advanced summoner. Okay, overflowing consensus. This build uses lots of creatures just like the concept of being summoner. Creatures all have duration time. Because of that, it means high swiftness and subs crit stat to summon the creatures as soon as possible when the duration time ends. On the description at level 3, for all the creature skills, it increases the duration time by 20%, damage by 25%, attack speed, movement speed of the creatures by 10%, and a cooldown reduction on secondary skills by 10% as well. Some of the creatures have secondary skills. On the first press, you summon them. And until the duration ends, if you press it once again, they use secondary skills. As you can already imagine, it is very spammy piano class, and in my experience, I think Swiftness Summoner is the most busiest class in Lost Ark. Not only because of high swiftness, but because of secondary skills she has to keep spamming. The DPS of this build heavily relies on how often your creatures are in the field. The pros of this build is most of creatures do not have HP, which means they are invincible until the duration time ends. They will keep hitting on the boss no matter what the boss does. If you think about players dodging patterns, but creatures not stopping the DPS, you can't imagine how much DPS that they will do. The cons of this build is you have to use a lot of attack gems, which will cost you a lot later on. It requires 7 attack gems currently. Another cons can be your fingers might hurt while doing rotation. The next one is Advanced Summoner. This build uses very few creatures that gives her the buff, and the DPS heavily relies on the identity skills. It means high specialization and subs swiftness. The specialization increases the identity skills damage and the meter gain as well. On the description at level 3, it enhances the identity skills along with flashy animation effects. Also, the meter required for identity skills reduces by 1, and it increases normal skills and identity skills damage by 10%, crit rate by 16%. The pros of this build is when you compare the DPS with the previous build, this build does slightly more DPS. Moreover, this build uses tripod of creature that increases mana restoration speed by 40% for the whole party, theoretically all the time. And the crit rate of this build can easily reach over 60% without investing crit stat, thanks to hallucination set, creature buff, adrenaline, and class engraving. Another thing is, users need 3 attack gems. The reason is because 1 attack gem can boost the damage of all the identity skills. Also, uses of most of skills are either giving summoner the buffs or filling up the identity meter. The cons is, it's relatively slower than the previous build. Well guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and hit the sub if you liked it. Then see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.